So far, we've drawn and modified vector objects, and we've imported bitmaps, but we can also import vector objects as well. So let's try that. I've got another file in our folder here. I'll just go up to the File menu, and I'll choose Import, and Import to Stage. And what I'd like to do this time is bring in this Illustrator file. Importing an Illustrator file is a little different than just a simple JPEG or a TIFF file. Illustrator files have layers and all kinds of things inside them that we can import and use inside of our Flash movie. So let's go to Open, and you'll notice that this time we're going to be getting a big dialog to select from instead of just importing the file directly. What we see here is all the contents of our Illustrator file. If I go up and close a couple of things, you'll notice that we've got several groups and lots of paths inside here. But if I get up to the top level groups, you can see that we've got a few dinosaur characters that we can import and bring into the project. I've got 4 different dinosaurs, including a pterodactyl, and I've got a little plant layer. Now, these illustrations were done by my friend Steve McGuire, so we've got a little credit for him in here in one of the layers, but we don't need to import that into our file. I can just click over here on the checkbox and turn that layer off, and it won't be imported at all. What's nice about these files is not only do we get access to the graphics inside the file, but we also get access to the organizational structure. Notice down here at the bottom, I can convert Illustrator layers to Flash layers, and the program will automatically create new layers and distribute the items onto them. I can even select individual layers and have a movie clip symbol created for me automatically. And of course, you can also convert these vector files into a bitmap on import. But we want to keep the vectors. So let's just click OK and see what we've got. First of all, I can see that all of my characters have been dropped right into my stage since we imported the stage. And if we scroll up here a little bit on the timeline, we can see that several new layers have been added with each one of the items inserted right inside the layer. Everything from our Illustrator file can be worked with just like all the other items we've been dealing with so far. They're all set up into layers so I can move them around as groups. I could even double click into the group and edit the individual vectors if I wanted. I could take the Spotosaurus here and move him over a little bit towards the water edge, use my transform tool and resize it, and bring our other dinosaurs in here as well. I can also change the layer stacking order just to make sure they're stacked right. You can see here his head is tucked behind this dinosaur's tail, so we'll just grab that layer and move it up one. Same thing with this dinosaur here. I'd like him to be standing behind the tree instead of in front of it, so I'm just going to select him and move him over just a little bit. And if we scroll down, we can see that tree layer. I'll grab his layer, drag it on down here, and just make sure that it's behind the trees layer. The other thing we imported besides dinosaurs was this little plant down here. But remember, we made this into a movie clip. When I click it, we can see the movie clip in the Properties window, so it got made properly. And if we go up to our library, we should be able to find it in there. Our import has placed all the items neatly in this nice Jurassic Journey AI folder so we know where they came from. And down inside there, we can see our plant. So if we wanted to make several copies of it, or place it around the scene, we can just drag it right out of the library window and drop them in. Remember, we can use as many as we want because these are completely reusable. And there's our scene. We've got lots of elements in it, but we've organized it nicely with lots of layers. We have control over the individual objects and we can easily access all the parts, so now we're ready to animate. And that's what we're going to be doing in our next chapter.